Not recording. Hold on. Okay, good. Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for another Chen style class. As you can see, we have a couple of guests. We have Narayan and we have my lovely husband, Willem. So let's salute. We'll take right hand in fist, left hand straight, and we press forwards. Lao Jia That's a haul. Okay, are we ready? Let's just do a little tiny warm-up, please, and then we'll get on to our form. Today, we're going to use form really as warm-up, but as always, we just want to do a little bit for safety and to wake up the body. So let's do our four corners, and actually, let's go into the vertical spiral, please. So this means that the center moves and that directs the spiral up and down through the body. Breathe, please. Listen to your body and take note of any sensations. Good. Now, if you're ever on the floor with one of the Chen masters, or indeed at a Chen workshop, a 3-hour workshop, we tend to do all of these exercises in multiples of 30, which seems like a lot, but it's very useful. It just starts to mobilize the chi. But for now, let's change direction, please. We're just giving our bodies that little bit of a heads up. Again, let the breath flow, bringing the mind and the breath together with the movement. Excellent, well done. All right, let's come back to center. Floating up and release. Let's open our stance wider and sit back and down. So the knees are not beyond the toes. You can see there the sideways view. It's very nice how Willem's knees are actually behind the tips of his toes. Please be careful that you don't sit forwards on your knees. Good. And breathe. You may have noticed I greeted the cat with Dasa Hal. That means master, hello. Like cats really are quite martial masters, aren't they?
Snuck up on you this morning.
He did. I managed to kick him by accident. He just was there. He's like a ghost. Wee ninja. Good. All right. And let's come up again. And let's do Chen Fa Ku's very gentle movement, like you're running your hands over the surface of water. Sensitivity practice. Feel into your hands. Still moving from center. Keep breathing. Beautiful. Okay, that's pretty much what I'd like to do for warm-up. Maybe just a little bit of arm movement just to engage and release those shoulders and rotator cuffs. Good. Oh, it's a warm day, isn't it? Do you feel it? Humid. A change direction, please. Good. All right. And just roll the shoulders. I'm going to open the door and try and get some airflow here. Good. Let's change direction. One at a time. I once asked Master Chen about cross training, about other martial arts. I asked, did he do any other martial arts to, I don't know, to enrich his practice and to broaden his base? And he said, nope, Chen style is all you need. And he's quite right. Within Chen, there is quite a spectrum. You know, you have the weapons which give you weight training, and all of the weapons have their different, change direction please, they have their different personalities that allow for using the body in many different ways. There's short forms and long forms and silk reeling and pushing hands. There's so much going on within the one system that you don't actually need anything else. But personally, I think a little bit of cross training doesn't do you any harm. So doing a bit of dancing, maybe even going, you know, for regular walks, excellent. And even yesterday we went for a little bit of a run. I'm not a runner, but we tried. Willem is brilliant at running. I'm a complete baby at it. But just using your body in lots of different ways is useful. Let's take a deep breath and lift. And let go. And again, deep breath, lift. And one more time, deep breath, lift. And good. Easing from your stance, please. Any little stretches that you would like to do now? Now is your chance. Or if you want to take a sip of water, do it now. Give yourself that wee bit of comfort. I'm going to take a sip here. Very good. All right. Just trying not to kick the cat again. Excellent. So yes, from the cross training point of view, Qigong obviously is part of Tai Chi. All Tai Chi is Qigong, so it's very, very useful as well. And of course, as you know, standing practice really does tick a lot of boxes from the point of view of just general health. But we're not going to do much today. We're just going to set up our stand for a few seconds, just to remind you that it is at the core of our training. So let's bring our feet together, please, just for a moment. We float up through the top of the head, the chin slightly down and back. And let's just take a moment or two in Wu Ji, please. Following your breath, calming down. Listening behind. Let's find all 10 fingers and gently press them down. Let's release through the belly, into the hips, into the knees, taking your weight into your right foot and opening to your left. Shifting your weight into center. And actually it's this point that I would check that your feet are level. And then return to center. So again, we're just doing the little setup for stand to remind us we should be doing this every day. Let's float up through the top of the head, chin slightly down and back. Feel the body hanging and releasing, tailbone releasing towards the center of the earth. Get that lovely plumb line. Calming down as if you're pouring your awareness from the top of your head all the way down, over the front, over the back, over the sides of the body, all the way down into the feet and into the floor. Find your belly button, please. Feel releasing from the belly button down over the belly and in and underneath to the center point beneath your body. And then the same idea, feel from the small of your back and release down over the lower back and in and underneath. Good, let's engage the hands gently forwards. Feel for a connection. Very good. So if you're using this video in repetitions, what I'd suggest to you is at this point, or just before you begin the practice, pause the video and do a full stand. And it's up to you. Do you want to do 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour? Just floating and releasing in your best posture. Good, but for now, let's very gently release the arms down. And we're not going to cover center and do circulations for now. We're going to use the form to gently circulate the energy. So let's fill the right foot, gently feeding across to the center of the right hip, and empty the left foot, and then we can close. Beautiful, and recover. Good, and a heel tap. Sometimes if you're out of practice doing standing, even that much can feel like quite the effort, but with repetition, you'll get into it and it'll get easier, more doable, more comfortable, more enjoyable. Even have one student who does a lot of standing. I'm so proud of him. And he says, you know, I'm only starting to see the benefits of Wuji. He was just sort of biding his time while he was doing Wuji, going, yeah, well, I'm meant to do this, so I'll do it. But he's now going, wow, do you know what? There's something to this. The Wuji is useful. So it's amazing these discoveries we make. We can be told to do it, but when you feel it yourself and go, all right, yeah, there is a reason for this. Good. Okay, so let's do the whole form, please. We're going to do back view. And just pace yourself, go nice and gently, small steps, high stance. Really reminding the body of the choreography. Just relaxing into the flow, please. Okay. Willem, are you happy to go in front, seeing as you're taller? Okay, great. All right. So prepare, please. Float up. Chin slightly down and back. Calming down. Back to Wuji for a moment. Ready. Start. Sorry. Keep them. Sorry. We're gonna jump or step.
You're leading.
Let's step because that's what we've been doing. Release and stepping left, kicking to the right. Boy soldier position, turn and three-way punch. Prepare. I think we'll need to take more space here,
Yep.
so we'll just come across. Very nice. Ah. We're doing them like version. Yeah. Sorry. Turning to the back for high pat on the horse. And we do our little circle. Gathering and turning towards the front. This is your diagonal punch down. We're going to kick to face the front just for the sake of the video. Keep going, yeah. Good, very good. So as you can see, the form is designed for a big space, and so inevitably we're going to have to adjust our positioning in the form, and that's unless we have a big space. And that's okay. So please forgive the odd time you saw us doing these wee adjustments. But everyone watching this, I think, is quite familiar with the form. So you know when we're just, hopefully, you know when we're just adjusting and when it's actually a step. Good, I'm going to give you a wee comfort break if you want to take a sip of water, folks. If you want to do any wee stretches or anything. Or if you have any questions or parts of the form that you'd like to ask about, now is a good time. Yeah. Easy one thing. You've maybe been hearing our little cat meowing. I think he must have settled again. Either that or he's tried to climb out somewhere. That's okay. Folks, you're doing very well. I find when I'm under the weather or recovering from something, once through the form, feels like a marathon. You know, it can really feel quite a lot of work. But if you can do once through the form every day, that's brilliant. It's a great wee marker. If you can do 3 times the form through the form every day, gosh, even better. I'll admit I don't do it. I don't get a chance to do it every day. But when I have done it, I felt a great improvement. It goes slicker. Even one of my teachers, Jill, says to us that if we go through it in our minds, even if you're not able to do it physically, even lying in bed, just going through the form in your mind can just keep it that little bit fresher and keep it more slick as you do it. So it's not really enough just to remember it. If you're doing it regularly, you're going to start to make progress and create depth within your practice. Good. Okay. You may also have noticed that Willem and I having very different body shapes. The form looks quite different, though we're doing our best to adhere to the same choreography we've trained under the same teachers for this. So if you're thinking, well, I'm trying to do everything, but it doesn't look the same as Jane is doing it, well, you can see there, I don't look the same as Willem. And I'd say we're quite on par, sort of ability-wise. You know, some things he's stronger, some things maybe I'm stronger. You could see the depth to his stance sometimes. And you can do that as you're going through the form. By the time you've finished the form, you've well and truly warmed up. So there are some deep stances close to the end. You can do deeper stances if you want. If you run out of space, the way I did, you can leave out the deep stances, the lunges. So you just do what you can comfortably, always. And I think it is important to remember that, yeah, we're not going to do it the same as somebody else. So it's actually can be quite dispiriting to compare yourself. I mean, when I look at Willem doing those lunges, I'm like, I'll never do that. You know, that's okay. Just doing your Tai Chi is good for us, and that's good enough. Okay. So no burning questions have come up. So let's have a look at our front view and mirrored. So Willem's going to do the back view as normal, except we're going to maybe leave out turns, if you know what I mean. So we'll just keep it facing the back for the most part. Follow my lead. Do you want to go, folks, do you want to go from the beginning, or shall we continue with part 2 with the mirrored business? If you want to, yeah, you'll have to unmute yourself, sorry.
I'll just put up a finger.
Yeah, if you want to go from the beginning, can I have one finger? If you'd like to go from part 2, 2 fingers from the beginning. All right, okay, good. So see how you get on. Really, I think for this, if we're doing one front view and one back view, basically pick one person to watch. And use, if you get confused or like what's happening there, you can reference to the other person. And we're going to come quite close to the screen though. Yeah. So you're just doing the same thing as normal. But try to keep it, you know, we can do quarter turns, but yeah, not half turns. Okay, so let's see how we get on. I'm going to use you for this reference. Okay, ready? Let's lengthen up. Chin slightly down and back, taking a moment to calm. Calming down. Listening behind. Very good. All right, we're going to begin releasing belly, hips, and knees. Opening to the left. And center. Floating up. And relaxing down. So a little scoop. Yeah. Mhm. So we're just going to do a quarter turn. So it'll still face, yeah, that's it. We're going to reposition. Yeah. Yeah, we got it, lovely. And right, hold on. Yeah, okay. Hold on. Can we go from the punch? Yeah. This is one of these places that I get lost. Okay, ready? Okay.
Also one of the steps that everybody does slightly different.
Yeah, that's true.
And the turn quite different
Mhm.
without it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah. No.
That's the one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, this one's really hard. We got the turn.
No, I'm sorry. Right, okay. Yeah. Shall we go over that again? Just that wee bit. So we go from the, yeah. So this is, if you remember, folks, as Willem just did, from the punch from here, we're doing scoop and turn and step. So it's one of these ones, anytime that there's a big turn like that, it's going to completely make this front view mirroring kind of defunct. So we'll just leave that. We'll just sort of gloss over it and get on to the next one. We could actually go over the turns maybe in one class, and I think the best results would be for turns just to do it normally, because otherwise it's just too confusing. So let's go from here, yeah. Okay, yeah. Ready, and yeah, hold on. Yeah. All right. So we go. And this is stepping back. Five. Yeah, number 5. And relax the center, okay. Oops. Let's do that move again, because I was a bit slow with my second arm. So we go from white crane opens its wings, yeah. You can see this is experimental. Ready?
That's better, Jane.
Thank you. Okay, so
Yeah.
turn. Again, we'll just fluff through the turn because turns are awkward to do in this format. So, yeah.
Okay.
That'll do. But I'm on the wrong angle, am I?
No.
No, okay. And punch. Okay. Okay, let's again, let's sort of sounds out. So we have yeah. So, I'm off the side. Over the this part. Yeah, keep going. So from here. And again, it gets a bit confusing because this is a turn to face the back. So you would sweep your, isn't it?
Turn to the front.
Just turn to the front. Okay, yeah. Okay. And relax.
Side now.
No, let's keep it to the front. Yeah.
Side to the kicks.
Yeah, we're just going to keep everything to the front, folks, because this is, ironically, this is for clarification, but it's screwing with my head. I don't know about you. Okay, so high pat on horse, relax to center. Okay, ready? And sorry, I'm out of space. There we go. Can we do that again? Sorry, just to. I was out of space, so it's going like this. Let's come over here. Yeah, sorry guys. Ready? Yeah, so from high pat on horse. Relax to center. And this is a turn. Yeah. Bring the arms up and come round. Again, difficult to show because of the turns, but we'll keep going. Right. On 3 steps, we'll just do it forwards. So step 1. Same hand and foot stepping. So it should be your left hand and foot, folks, forwards. And now right. And now left. Good. Okay, so we turn to the right. Make fists, drawing in. And you're planting flowers. Good. Feeding back. And again, it's a turn, but you're going to screw the arm down. And yeah, how do we do that?
Yes.
Just for a moment, Willem's going to show you it the normal way. I'm going to step aside because it just, yeah, that bit is just too awkward to mirror. So Willem, if you don't mind doing planting flowers just the normal way.
Sideways?
Yes.
This way?
Yeah.
Okay, so from the 3rd step. And gather fist. Drawing.
Very good. Beautiful. Well done. And rest. Lovely. Good stuff, folks. Well, as you can see, this is an ongoing experiment, and it's it's awkward for us as well as for you. But hopefully there is something in it that will continue to clarify, just being able to see that front view. I know myself that because I'm trying to work it out, I'm not doing it as cleanly or as nicely as I do on the normal side, but at least it's giving you broad strokes. So, you know, if there is anywhere that you're just not clear on, because there's so many areas in the form, when we're doing back view, we're doing all the same thing. You just can't see what those hands are doing. So this is an attempt to really bring some clarification. But as I say, I think the best way to do it, if you want to see that front view and clear and mirror, is to watch a normal front view of the master doing it, but watch it in the mirror. So have your back to the screen and watch it in the mirror. So there's the screen, there's the mirror on your wall. And then when the master turns, he's in front of you on the screen normally, and he's showing you the back view normally, so you can follow both. That's how I do it, and it works really well for me. But maybe that's partly because I have a ballet training. I'm used to following people in a mirror, so it, you know, It's just natural for me to do that. I know Willem's looking at me going, really? But yeah, really.
I think maybe it's because you're dyslexic, which gives
Maybe.
you, in another way, a lot of neuroplasticity.
Yeah, possibly that. Yeah, that's possibly true. Okay, folks, let's do a wee warm down, please. Let's come back to center and give our brains a wee rest and just get back into that rhythm of movement. But anyway, today I think that was a good workout. Once through Lao Jia should not be sniffed at. Do you feel it's a good workout?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I found back at ballet school, I was determined to get a six-pack. I'm sure I've told you this story before. I wanted that rippling front. There was a girl that just had a natural six-pack. Every one of her muscles just stood out all over her body, and I wanted to be like that. But no matter how many sit-ups I did, I never had anything more than a mild indication there were some muscles. But many moons later, after I'd given up on sit-ups and all that business, I did a whole bunch of Lao Jia. I went through a series of, like, I think in a week I managed to do 3 times through Lao Jia every day. And within 1 week I had a six-pack after all that. So yeah, so it's continual engagement of your muscles. You're relaxing, but you're using your muscles. So if you think about how long it takes you to do 100 sit-ups, I used to do about 300 sit-ups a day. And that would take me maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Whereas if you do Lao Jia all the way through, you're engaging your whole body for that length of time, just continuously engaging your core, but not by squeezing it, but just relaxing and using it. And I think it's a much healthier and rounder way. And that really, it brought home to me how much exercise Tai Chi actually is. It's soft and gentle, you can relax, but it works you and it tones you. Isn't that good? So let's do a few wee heel taps, please. And let all your muscles go nice and floppy. Can you feel your joints bouncing in their sockets? And stand, please. Listen to your body and breathe. Good, let's take a deep breath and float up. Relaxed. Last time, float up. Suspend your breath, please. Press your fingers towards the sky, press your toes into the earth. Think of sealing in your good energy and release, relax down. Covering your center, please. Hug your elbows in. Find your belly. Calming down, breathing into your center. Feel your energy is stronger. Beautiful, folks. Well done. Thank you so much for joining us today. Xue Sang Hao. Lao Shi Hao. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you next time.